Diana Draker here with that fun video I promised. Another trivia video about Spirit Moon. This time the theme is family. Now, due to how Spirit Moon is paced, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to showcase everything that I want with everyone's families. Nevertheless, family itself plays an important role in Spirit Moon. I mean, come on, Suiva's main motivation for becoming Spirit Moon is so that she can get back to her family. For some reason. So, let's talk about 5 families in Spirit Moon. First, we'll talk about Dominic. A little bit. Truthfully, episode 4 contains quite a bit about the history of the Wraith family. So I'm not going to get into too much detail since that will be in the next episode. But I will say that Dominic's father, Preston Wraith, is obsessed with spirits because something he found out about a family member. 2 family members, actually. And due to that obsession, if it isn't obvious, he is the main antagonist for this part of the story. So since we're only skimming past the Wraith family, since you'll be learning more about them in the next episode, let's talk about number 2, Waning Moon's family. Waning Moon, real name Amy, has one living relative, that being her son Ronald. Yes, she has a son. After Amy's husband passed away, Ronald chose to distance himself from Amy. He didn't believe his mother at all when she talked about spirits and being Spirit Moon, now Waning Moon, and he wanted to distance himself from that because he didn't want to be associated with crazy. Number 3, another small family is that of Hazel's. Hazel's family consists of her mother, and her father, and her parents are always traveling because of their work. You see, Hazel's mother, Allison, is a famous costume designer, and she's worked on a bunch of huge, big-budget movies. Her father, Henry, is also in the film industry as a cameraman, so he always has to travel around to film on location and such. And just like Allison, Henry has also worked on a bunch of big-budget movies. Hazel herself, having these connections through her parents, is actually a child star and has been in some big movies. However, she quit acting not because she didn't like it, she still likes acting, but she quit acting because she wanted to be a normal girl. But that doesn't change the fact that Allison and Henry are always on the move working in the film industry, so they've neglected their daughter in a way, leaving Hazel to pretty much be raised by the robots in the household, and they have a lot. Number 4. Speaking of a lot of robots, let's talk about Kel. Kel's family, I am also skimming over because I can guarantee that you'll be meeting them later. All I'll say now is that Kel comes from a very big family, but even though he's from a huge family, he's only living with one family member right now, as well as a couple of household robots. So let's move on to number 5, our other big family, Melody's. Melody lives with her mother, Melissa, who's an office worker, her stepdad, Griffin, who owns a bar, and her older sister, Melanie. Melanie attends the same school as our main characters, but as she's in grade 13, she's not on school grounds a lot. Her goal is to open up a costume shop and be a professional cosplayer. Their stepmother doesn't like that. Melody's father, Derek, and her stepmother, Jane, moved away to another country via Jane's insistence, and Jane is very narcissistic and controlling. When she found out that Melanie was into making clothes and such, Jane tried her darndest to swerve Melanie into pursuing high fashion because that'd be acceptable and would make her famous. Don't care about Melanie's dream. What matters is making Jane famous because it's Jane. Who cares about Melanie's dream? And what matters is making Jane famous. Well, Griffin cares about Melanie's dream. Griffin shut Jane down so fast, and I really hope that I get to show that, but I have the feeling I won't be able to. So the last family members of Melody are her 3 younger half-siblings. These half-siblings are triplets and have unfortunate names because Jane wants them to be unique and perfect and different from everyone and yet the same as everyone, and oh my gosh. She named her kids Absidy, Pylon, and Square. These kids aren't even real. I don't even know if they'll show up in the series, but I still feel bad for them. And that's a little peek behind the scenes as to a bunch of characters that you may or may not see. I'm sorry that I had to skim over the boys' families, but like I said, we'll learn about the Wraith family in episode 4, and I guarantee you're going to meet Kel's families. I can't guarantee you're going to meet anyone else's families. But one way or another, I hope you enjoyed this, and I really hope to see you next time. Have a great day, everybody!